everybody, and welcome to Vintage Market Inside the Charts. My name is Tamar Mehr from Trade with Precision. So this week, US inflation expectation rose to a 3 decades high, while consumer sentiment fell to one of the lowest on records over worries on Trump trade wars and the tariff implication on the US consumers. But the market saw a bit of optimism on a report that China has quietly removed several tariffs on US goods to help its own industry. And we saw a retreat in the US dollar sell-off. So what I've got here is the chart of euro dollar, and I want to start here with the monthly. Now, with the monthly, we can see we pushed from a lower low all the way up to a higher high. What I like about this area is we came up to test this very strong level of 1.16, which was also the breakdown level on the way lower. And if I zoom out a bit, we can see the significance of this level in the past. Moving on to the weekly chart, and we can see on the weekly a bearish rejection candle for last week. We can see the rejection of that 1.16, and I'm looking for area for a continuation of this pullback because the 1.16 is a very strong level and we are still quite overextended, meaning a distance between where price action sits right now and its moving averages. And the area that I'm looking at is in and around the 1.1130. It's the previous high over here and around these previous highs as well. We can see we had another touch at this level here again. Now, if I'll add the Fibonacci retracement from the latest low to the high, we can see that we've got a 50% retracement clustering quite nicely with this area as well. And even when the market will pull back into this area, it will also be closer to its moving averages. Looking at the momentum indicators, they're nicely converging to the upside. Taking a look at the daily, we can see that the daily has already pulled back into its buy zone, the area between the 10 and the 20 moving averages. But this is more of a shallow pullback, and we are sitting very close to this level of support and resistance at the 1.16. So I'd like to see a continuation of this pullback into this 50% retracement on the weekly chart. Then I'll be looking for signs that a buyer's return into the market and a continuation of this move. Next, I want to take a look at the chart of Bitcoin. Now, I want to start here with the monthly chart. And on the monthly chart, we can see that we are in a very nice and strong uptrend. We push to a higher high and simply pull back into the buy zone and testing also this previous swing high. If we'll take a quick look on the Fibonacci retracement of this move, we can also see that this move has been between the 50 and 61% retracement. We can also see momentum indicators are converging to the upside and flat here on the RSI. Now, if we'll take a look on the weekly chart, we can see that we also pushed above this breakdown level. So we had a bit of consolidation area. We broke below it and now we're trading above it. So taking a look here on the daily is back into an uptrend. What I like about this push is that we also cleared this previous high. So I'm looking for a bit of release of this buying pressure, and the area that I'm looking for is in and around that 89,000. So once again, I'd like to add the Fibonacci retracement here from the low to the high, and we can see that this area is also again that sweet spot, the area between the 50 and the 61.8 retracement. So I'm looking for a pullback into that area. If and when the market will pull back into that area, we're also going to be back into the averages, so working out that overextension. You can also see the momentum indicators here are rising to the upside. Lastly, let's take a look at some index market, and let's start with the Nasdaq. Now, Google parent company Alphabet has reported results that beat analyst expectation. So that again gives some hope to the market. And we can see here on the Nasdaq, we are back into an uptrend on the daily chart. We also have the momentum indicators converging to the upside. But if we take a look here on the weekly chart, we can see that we are still in a downtrend and we're coming into some strong seller area. So we could see a bit of continuation continuation of that push higher. It is pushing upstream, so I am looking for very short-term trading opportunities, keeping an eye for any signs that sellers are returning somewhere in and around the 20,000 to the 2,200. Similar story is the S&P. So this is the weekly chart, and we can see here if we market this breakout level around the 5,800, we pushed below it, pulled back to test it from above, and pushed to a lower low. So we could see the market coming up into this level in and around that area. I would expect to see a bit more sellers. So I am looking for, again, short-term trading opportunities on this market. Quick look at the Germany 40, which looks a little bit different as this one is sitting on that breakdown level. So this is in and around the 22,400. And if we'll have a look here on the daily chart, we can see that strong push from the low all the way up into that breakdown level. I would like to see some reaction to that level, potentially into the 21,600, and a continuation of this push, because on the monthly, the Germany DAX is quite different than the Nasdaq and the S&P. The uptrend is still intact. We pull back into the averages and move away. While if we take a look here on the Nasdaq, we can see that we actually broke that previous low. Happy trading, everyone. Bye for now.